All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ASL. My name is Miss Duthoy. You can call me Miss D. Some background about me. I've had experience with sign language for about 10 years now. I took it in middle school, high school, and all through college, and this is my third year teaching. I like elephants, as you can see. That's my favorite animal, and I also graduated from Greece Olympia. Here are some of my favorite things. Um, I have my friend's cat, um, my brother's dog sleeping in the corner, my friend's two kids up at the top. Down below that is me eating sushi, one of my favorite foods. I have a picture of me, and that's my twin brother. And then up at the top, I have my cousin eating a giant donut. Also, another one of my favorite foods. I took him to go eat those donuts. They were really hot and really good. And then at the bottom, I have the lake and a jet ski. Well, me on a jet ski. Because I love the lake life, jet skiing on the beach, getting some sun. Kind of sad summer's over. So some guidelines I would love if we could follow in ASL. No bullying, respecting everybody, and respecting deaf culture. So I am actually going to be a traveling teacher. So I go from Arcadia Middle to Greece Olympia. So just respecting people's things. We are sharing the room with other teachers, other people. Everything going on with Corona, we are not supposed to touch things, we're not supposed to move things, break things, throw things, just respecting the room and other people, respecting each other, and this little blurb right here, why you should be gentle with people. This is somebody's life, all that long line, and you know this much about it. You never know what's going on with people, what they have going on in their own life. And you never know how your words are going to affect somebody. So just be nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? What does bullying or respect look like online? So, um, this past spring, when all this happened, obviously you can hear and see things, and your family could possibly hear and see things. And just, I've had some issues with people saying things over Google Meets that were not appropriate. So, again, just respecting each other. We don't want our families to hear that. We don't, we want to have this expectation that we are, respectful human beings, pretty much. Okay. So take this time. I want you to fill out a Google form. I told you all about me, so I want to know some things about you. 3 things I should know about you. It could be your favorite foods and things like that. It could be, how you learn best, about your family, any problems I should know about, anything like that. One sign you hope to learn by the end of the year. So we're going to learn tons of new vocab, lots of new signs. So just tell me one that you would like to learn by the end of the year and one goal you have this year. So maybe it's just to pass a class, maybe it's just to pass a final or test, maybe it's to get an A plus or to learn a certain amount of signs, that's your goal, or maybe it's to learn about deaf culture or meet an actual deaf person. So one goal you have at the end of this year for ASL class. And here are some strategies for learning ASL. Build language communities. So attendance is going to be important, not only so you know what's going on, but also so that you are there present and are able to learn the signs. If you missed one day, it's going to be difficult to catch on to those new signs and catch you up. Okay, and participation. If you are not practicing signing with me, you're not doing your best. Also, minimizing reliance on English. So what that means is when you come in the room, turn that English brain off and start thinking in ASL. How do I sign this? Focusing on the meaning of signs or sentences rather than thinking about every single sign, especially when I'm signing to you. Maybe you'll miss a few signs. Think about, what is she actually trying to say here? Focusing on the signer's face. So it is actually rude in deaf culture to be looking away and not looking at the signer's face. And a huge part of ASL, which you will learn later on, is facial expressions. So am I happy? Am I sad? It can change your face, the way you move your face, the way you express your face can change the meaning of a sign just by how your face is shown. So focus on the signer's face and then show your understanding. Again, that's kind of rude in deaf culture. Show your understanding. Even in any culture, you want to show that you're nodding and listening and understanding. So this is also on the syllabus, the grading. This is super important and um, really focus on this part if you're not listening to anything else, okay? 30% of your grade is language and use. So this is going to be participation. If you are not participating, if you are turning things in late, if you are just not turning things in at all, not participating in discussions, your grade will drop. So that's 30% of your grade. You will get a grade for the entire week. So each week you will have language and use grade. And it'll probably be out of 10 points about. So you got to get those 10 points every week to have your grade up. Okay, it also means you are prepared. So you have your Chromebook, you have your charger, you have a pencil just in case, or a mask, of course, everything like that. Using ASL in class, again, participating, signing along with me when I sign, you sign, especially when we're learning new vocab, and then respecting deaf culture. So like we said before, some things are rude. We don't want to be disrespectful to their culture. Tests and quizzes are going to be about 20%. We'll have some quizzes throughout the year, usually end of the unit tests. I haven't decided how we're going to do those this year, so that's why it's only at 20%, because I think we're really going to focus more on projects and presentations, which if you look at the bottom, that's 30%. So it's going to be more of you taking videos of you signing, or maybe a deaf culture presentation so that you can show what you've learned rather than tests and quizzes. And then homework is also 20%. Now, pretty much everything is homework, right? Uh, because you're going to be home a lot of the time. But as long as it's uploaded to Google Classroom on time, and of course, like I said, a lot of things are going to be online anyways, considered homework. So it's up to me to decide, is it considered a project or presentation that you're turning in, or is it going to be considered homework that you're turning in? Okay. Some basic expectations that we have in ASL. You're gonna be seeing a lot of Google Forms. I've already put together a ton of them. You're already filling one out today. For warm-ups, for quizzes, for ticket outs, to collect your opinions. A lot of it is gonna be in Google Forms. You are going to be recording video, so we're going to practice that pretty frequently, so that you can show me signs that you know, that you're understanding what I'm signing, things like that. And what will happen is you will record a video on your Chromebook and you will upload it to Google Classroom. Like obviously we're using Google Classroom. You'll see some crosswords. I love the crosswords. We'll try to play some games, maybe even partner work. And then I myself have a YouTube channel that I will also use for tests and quizzes. So I will sign maybe a sentence, post it on my YouTube channel. You can look at it, and there might be a question on a test or quiz that says, what did I sign? So like I said, I'm a traveling teacher. So when you get in the room, I'm getting in the room as well. So that's something to remember. You need to make time for me to settle in and get yourself settled in. And, if we have to take attendance again, we have to get everybody online, all these technological things going on. So give it time. Your warm-ups, you'll have a warm-up probably every morning, or we'll try to have a warm-up every beginning of class. Come in and get started right away. If you don't have a warm-up, start signing. You know, you know what we do in this class. You're going to start signing it to your friend, even. So, quietly work on the warm up or start quietly working with a friend, practice vocab. Okay. Giving instructions. So, I will be giving instructions. Raise your hand to speak. Okay. I want to hear what you have to say. But if everybody's yelling across the room, I can't hear what you're saying. So, raise your hand if you have questions or if you have a suggestion or if you want to speak. We probably won't be doing too much group and partner work because we have to stay so far apart and all this other stuff. But if we do, just whisper to your partner, use ASL as much as you can, and practice, practice, practice. A lot of it obviously is going to be independent work. I'm really not strict about, if you want to listen to music or if you want to, you know, whisper to a friend or something. But when it is independent work, just try to be quiet. I have voices off on here because you should be using sign as much as possible. But really, if you have headphones in or whatever, as long as you get your work done, I'm really not strict about any of that. So yeah, raise your hand, chill out. It's distracting to people. People want to learn. It's hard to learn if there's so many distractions going on. We're already going to have people online, all this other confusion going on. We don't need more confusion. Okay. It takes up time too when we have people yelling and I can't answer questions and I can't teach. Okay. What if I need a break though? I can't sit still. I'm going to burst. I need to talk. You can raise your hand, ask for a break, and use the bathroom signal, which we'll learn. And really consider when is the best time to use the bathroom. I've had a lot of issues with that, with students just kind of walking out of the room. We can't do that anymore. Raise your hand. I don't mind if you have to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to say no, but, at least let me know. If you missed the slide, I'm not sure what's going on, raise your hand. You can sign. We'll learn the signs for don't understand or help or again. Okay. Um, there's ways to go about that without screaming. For grade 7, we're going to learn, these are the units we're going to learn, personal ID. So we're going to learn how to finger spell your name, how to describe a person, what it's like when you meet a deaf person, things like that. House and home, like living room, bedrooms, kitchen, things like that. Your family member signs. So things like marriage, things like divorce, things like birth, things like mom, dad, ages, and then education. So all the subjects, school materials. Grade 8, you can look at your units here. There are way more, but I also see more. So you can find a syllabus on Google Classroom. And then I am going to post this ASL purpose slides. I will also post a video explaining what that is, and you will submit that by the end of the week, unless they say otherwise. Okay? If you have any questions, you can email me. If you have any questions, you can email me. You know my email. You can ask in Google Classroom, or you can ask on the chat or whatever. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.